Okay, says we're live. So if you're watching on YouTube, just scrub forward until people start coming in. I usually wait until there's some audience here before I do too much. So just push that little red lever a little further. Notification should have gone out, so it usually doesn't take long. Yep. And we'll do watercolor today because that's what we like to do. Did I move that? All right. My little counter says there's people here, so it won't be long. I already went down. What the heck? Hi, Linda. Hi, Tim. Give Tim a little hug for me. I'm going to show some fun cards that I got. You guys are so creative. Gosh. So, yeah. Christmas is getting close. Oh my God. And I'm still not any better prepared. I'm going to go get all the groceries, I think, maybe tomorrow or Thursday. Don't know. Ugh. So much to do. Hey, Terry Brett. I have so much to do. Hi, Ruth. All right. We got people coming in. So, yep. Anyway, I hope you guys are ready for Christmas. Are you ready? Do you still have a lot to do? And we are not big on presents around here. So it's not even like I've had to shop a lot or wrap presents. I've got to get 2 gifts, well, 3 maybe, and that I'm going to have to wrap. And otherwise, yeah, that's about all we do. Robert and I figure we buy what we want all year long. I'm not waiting for Christmas. Hi, Yvonne. So, yeah. So we really don't do much. So I think I've got one more Amazon order to put in, and it's mostly for me. That's bad, huh? But anyway, yeah, I do have cookies to bake, and they should really already be done because they're a little bit better when they sit for a while. But I haven't had this stuff, and yeah, it sucks to be me right now. Don't you love here? Come and listen to me whine all the time. So all done except food shop and presents wrapped. Wow, Terry, good on you. Yeah, I'd like to say I did something. What did I do? I brought the Christmas tree up, but I haven't actually taken it out of the box. Oh my God. Oh, I did get cards out though, so yeah. That's it. That's all I've done. That's what me and Hubs do, and we give money to the Grands. Yeah, see, that's what we do too, Ruth. I put money in a card and send it off. Nobody's here. Christmas morning, we're always alone, and then we go over to my brother's later and watch his grandkids open their gifts. So it feels very Christmassy, but yeah, and I give those kids their gift Christmas Eve. So yeah, I mean, we don't need anything. That's the thing, like Robert asked me the other day, what do you want for Christmas? It's like, I don't, if I want something, I get on Amazon and buy it, you know? And probably the biggest single expense for us is the groceries because I do try and put out a really nice spread Christmas Eve when everybody comes here. So by the time you buy alcohol and shrimp and meat and all this stuff, it gets pretty pricey. So yeah, that's what we'll be doing anyway. So and Vale's not here yet. The best presents are the ones you get yourself. I know. I was thinking the other day, Vaughn, when we had the kids at home and we did a ton of shopping. Invariably, when we were out and about, I'd find something I wanted, and so we just wrap it up and treat it like a Christmas present. Those were always my favorite. Hey, bossy butt. We don't have much to do, only being Christy and you, except your big brother comes over. Yeah, see, I have a brother that lives down here. He comes over, and then we go to his house. So it's not like the past where, there was a bunch of kids and a bunch of family around. When we left Colorado, that pretty much ended. So, and, I have fond memories of it, but I don't miss it, if that makes any sense at all, because I used to always feel like there was so much demands when you live in a place where you have a lot of family and they have parties and Everybody has to go to mom's on Christmas Eve and then back on Christmas Day. And it was just always, you felt like you were just scheduled. The whole month of December, I hated. Hi, Tori. Who else did I miss? Well, I was just sitting here complaining because I like doing what I do best. Anyway, let me show you guys the cards that are out here. They're not in any particular order. This is from CB. CB spends a lot of time on her Christmas cards. Look, she put a wax seal. Isn't that pretty? I am going to actually tear that off and save it. But she does all this. Fussy cuts all this stuff out. What do you call that? Cuts it out on your embosser, whatever, and then puts all this together. We were talking on the phone one day and she was complaining, this is going to be the last time I ever do it. And I think I've heard her say that for the last 5 years. But CB, if it means anything at all, I really appreciate it because I know how much work you put into this, and it's so well done. It's so pretty. Mica gold along the edge. So, yeah. What do you call Santa when he accidentally falls down your fireplace? Kris Kringle. But CB, it's beautiful. And I can't believe you fussy cut all that. Ugh. I'm not a fussy cutter. It is pretty, right, Tori? When I used to draw for the family, there was so much cooking I always felt I never got. Yeah, see, that's kind of how it was for me too, Terry. It was just go, 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 go. Wrap the presents, tear them open, clean up, put everything away. It was just like, will this ever end? Hi, Kitty Cat Jen. I did go and build some disastrous gingerbread houses. Oh, well, now that would be fun. Build a gingerbread house. And see, all my grandkids now are so old. We've got great grandchildren. And this is from Peggy Fitzmaurice. And every year, Peggy, I can't believe, I don't know how many she does, but this is the card, a shaker card. And of course, it's all hand stamped. And that's a little cutout that she did and then assembled. You know, like these don't happen quickly, you know? So, Peggy, thank you. Thank you very much. You guys who do this, I used to do it. I just don't have it in me anymore. But years ago, I don't know, maybe this is the third or fourth year that Peggy made a little calendar holder, and it's in the other room right now. But anyway, where every month you get the calendar and she's stamped and colored each of the images. That's a ton of work that Peggy does. Hi, Kathleen. So, and they're all so adorable. When life gives you rainy days, wear cute boots and jump in puddles. Cute boots. So, Peggy, well done you. And these are colored with alcohol markers. I love alcohol markers. And I found some this weekend that I was in the kids' room that I'd forgotten that I had. So I rearranged my build so I could put them out here. Make it an ice cream kind of day. I did find coffee ice cream the other day too. So even though it makes my allergies horrible, I bought a whole gallon of it. Ice cream has gotten really expensive, you guys. That gallon of ice cream was $9. Woo. Husband and dog missing. Reward for dog. Look at that little dog. He's so cute. I love that. Those shoes make you look so skinny. That's really cute. And then Christmas stocking. So Peggy, that so much work. And for a minute, I mean, don't think for a minute that I don't appreciate how much time and effort you guys are putting in this. For real. Yeah, I like the calendar idea too, you know. And every month when I switch it, usually it's not on the day because usually I'm about a week behind, but you know, it makes me think of Peggy and how much effort she put into that so that I could enjoy it all year long. I like the snark too. And this is from Arlene. Arlene is ornery. I don't think her cards are ornery, but Yeah, that girl is really ornery. I can send her stuff on Instagram that I can't send anybody else. So Arlene, this is really cute, and she fussy cut her stuff out. So well done. And just a nice note, prayers for you and your family to have a cozy and blessed Christmas, and right back at you, Arlene. And then, and the ones I'm showing are all the handmade ones, right? And this one is from Leah Foy. Look at how much cutting. Now she did this on a, I couldn't think of die cutter a little while ago. I think the poinsettia for sure is out of a die cut machine, but then she had to stamp and emboss all that. That's all embossed. That is a lot of work. And then the Merry Christmas, she put glitter glue on. But yeah, just to cut it all, assemble it all, get it in the mail, I appreciate it for real. I so appreciate it. So Leah and Brian, thank you very much. Happy Christmas to you as well. And then she sent me extras of die cuts in this cool little envelope. So I need to come up with a filing system so I could actually find this stuff when I need it. Usually I throw it in a thing of ephemera. And then when I want, oh, I remember that thing that Leah sent me. And then I go back and there's all the cookie stuff. Yeah, when I go back, can't find it. I have no clue where I put it. So I'm going to spend some time getting that organized. And I did clean in the kids' room where is kind of my dumping ground. And I did find a bunch of stuff that I'd forgotten I had, like those alcohol pens. So the nice thing about that is hopefully that will satisfy my desire to buy more. Yeah, that's what I'm hoping. That's the plan anyway. They're so pretty, right? Yep. You guys are clever. And then I did get from Dee Dee the little tiger book that she showed. And I can't remember I can't remember where she got it. But yeah, these are really cute. So I thought, I don't know what age this book is. Let's see. No copyright. Yeah, there is, but I don't know. 1953, maybe? So yeah, this is a pretty darn old book, but it would be fun to try and draw and watercolor or paint some of these images because they're simple, but they're cute. And I didn't read the book yet, but look at those monkeys back there. No worries, Angie. Take whatever time you need. Hey, Barbara. Yeah, but I love the images in it. So thank you, Dee Dee. I got the little tiger book. So that was all my fun mail. I can't believe how many of you still make your Christmas cards. I suck because I don't. And then what else? I did get from Vail. We're going to go over these in a minute. I'll save that for a minute. But I will show you what I did in my passport book this week. I am loving this crazy passport journal, you guys. I'm loving it so much. Put the stuff people send you in a what? Page protector and a 3-ring binder, easy to find. I might have to do something like that, Ruth. I used to have something like that, but then the 3-ring binders started taking up so much room on shelves, which I love my shelves. So I rearranged it, and now whatever I changed to is not working that well. You rearranged and topped up all your Daniel Smith watercolors. Yay! I would love it, Devin. No, Wednesday should be fine. I would love your stash of watercolors. If I started showing mine, I'd have to have a 2-parter. Anyway, you made some cards, Angie. Good job. Yeah, I used to love doing it, and I would start early and make them for like 2 months or more. Not anymore. Okay, so I showed this the other day. This was my Canada page, which I love so much. I like my map idea. And then I was whining, not unusual, about how I could indicate on the map all the different places I'd been. And somebody said, flag pins or something like that. So I went ahead and did this. And you can see it's all Western Canada, but most of them are like multiple times. The best one, did I put that on there? Oh, yeah, there's Prince Rupert. When I was about 14, we'd gone to Alaska, my whole family. And on the way back down, my dad dropped down this way, and we got on a ferry from Prince Rupert out to Vancouver Island. And that one I have such good memories of. So this isn't a very good way to, but while I was doing all this, it brought back so many good memories. But that trip from Prince Rupert, and we went down through the islands and all that, and then spent about a month on Vancouver Island. But I like to put like more about the Butchart Gardens and Ucluelet and different places that we went out there one night. And I think I've said this on stream before, but one night we were parked on the western coast of the island, and I don't think I remember what I was wearing, but we looked out the window and we had a trailer that we pulled with us. Hi, Sharon. And we were sitting there at the table eating, looking out the window, and we could see whales out in the ocean out here, their spouts and stuff. And yeah. So, when I was doing this, I was just thinking about all the different memories. And, of course, I can't remember all the different places we stayed, but that was such a good memory of that whole trip. And then we stayed over in Vancouver as well, but we went to Butchart Gardens, and there was just so many things. And somewhere here in Alberta, there's a wildlife preserve, and I can't remember the wildlife preserve, but I remember we went there and we got to ride an elephant and just different things, So, yep. I'm the only one. Okay, Devin, you and I can go hang out together on Wednesday, and the rest of them can just stay home. How about that? But anyway, I like the Canada page. I could do 5 more pages of Canada, I think. And if you've not been here before, this was Guatemala. I'm going to pull out a little bit. Oh, you can see it all. Okay, there. This was Guatemala. I've never been to Guatemala, and I've never been to most of these places that I'm going to be creating this stuff for. So yeah, most of this is all research that I did on the computer. Jamaica me crazy. And then this last week when I shouldn't have spent the time, but I couldn't help myself. I wanted to do India so bad. I wouldn't mind going to India, but I had all this stuff collected up, and I just wanted to do it so bad. So this was an afterthought. That is, in fact, my hand. I had showed Dee Dee where I was at, and thanks, Joanne. Hi, by the way. Dee Dee said, well, are you going to include a Hannah hand tattoo? And I said, well, I hadn't planned on it. She said, well, you have to do that. So I was like, okay, I'll add it. So this hand here, which is an outline of my real hand, is actually a tip-in. So yeah, that's an idea. If I have more stuff than I have real estate on the page, that I may start including. I don't want it to get too bulky though, but I did like the hand tattoo. And I just went and looked one up and did a real easy one. These can get really, really intricate. I mean, these people who do these hand tattoos, they are insanely talented. I heard that, Joanne, that they were sending it's not over. It's just postponed until spring, isn't it? So yeah, I do like the hand tattoo. And I turned it brown because Indians are more brown skinned than me, white skinned person. So yeah, this is my India page, and I love it. And I will go ahead and keep including animals, birds, flowers, stuff like that, because that part I can actually draw, So, but they're Their bird is a peafowl. And I like the way this page turned out, where the feathers kind of are the back behind all the other stuff. And this is the passport stamp, because hashtag it's all Terry Brett's idea. But then I found some really cool ephemera in some of the stuff I've purchased too, you know. So the page of the Taj Mahal and stuff like that. And I think the next one I'm going to do is France. So this is how I've started collecting up different stuff for France. Have no clue how it's all going to go together. But yeah, there's France on this map. So I probably will cut this off, you know, because we don't need, but I wouldn't mind having the surrounding countries, Switzerland, Italy, Germany, Belgium, Spain, because most of those countries I'm going to go ahead and have a page for anyway. Yeah, the strike is on pause. I've got to drive Hubs and I'll catch the recording. Okay, bye, Ruth. Go have fun with Hubs. Anyway, so that I'm just putting it in here. I don't know. I could end up using it for Italy or anything else too. But then in that one book I bought, there was this cool page of France, which shows the Eiffel Tower in the background. And I know that has a name, but I don't know what it is. But obviously I have so much Eiffel Tower stuff, you know. Oh, Terry, I'll blame you for everything. You see Paris, you see France, you see my underpants? I don't have any, so I know you're lying. But I also looked, when I was working on the India page, where did it go? When I was working on the India page, I went and looked at my washi tape, and I thought, you know, I have some washi tape that I know looks like India. And sure enough, I found, can you see that? The elephant, which is iconic India, kind of. So at the same time I was looking for the India tape, I found United Kingdom flag, and then I found this washi tape where I have Eiffel Towers and that arc and a bunch of different. So I'm not sure if I'll use the washi tapes, but who has washi tape of the Eiffel Tower, and who has multiples? Janet goes commando. So anyway, I've collected up a bunch of different stuff for Italy. And have I looked up? Let's see, the capital, obviously Paris. Their animal, believe it or not, is a rooster. And this is fun for me because I didn't know that France's animal, now I've noticed stuff from France that has the rooster on it. But it didn't dawn on me. So the animal and the bird are the same, the Gaelic rooster, and the flower is an iris, which is fleur-de-lis. Hello. And I was going to go look, and the motto is liberty. I don't know, equality and fraternity, I think. But I think that is included in the, Dee Dee and I have talked through the years how we did the dubious documents book, Nick Bantock's dubious document book. And when you solve the whole thing, and I don't want to give too much away in case somebody's still working on it, but I think that's part of it. And I was going to go look, but then I got sidetracked and didn't end up going and looking. But yeah, so you'll see a lot of Eiffel Tower on the Italy page. But I'm having fun as hell doing this, I have to say. Fun, fun, fun. I like doing the lettering. I like looking for the stuff. I like everything about it. You know what rooster is in French? Un coq. I speak French now. I hope y'all are very impressed. Hi, Kat. You at the car repair place? Robert and I had to do that last week. And it was less than $1,000, so I felt really, really happy about it. And then the other thing I wanted to talk to you guys about was scavenger hunt. I know a lot of you are going to do it. Okay, go lay down, Angie. So when I asked you guys for suggestions, you speak French. You're a natural. Yeah. See, Devin, I catch on to things really quick, really quick. Anyway, Vale took the send me suggestions part of my stream really seriously, and she sent me these emails. So I'm going to read through them, and you guys be thinking about it. You don't necessarily have to say yes or no. Some of them I don't think are how do I put it? It's not that I don't think they're not a good idea, but I think they're going to be hard to implement for some people. And I try and keep in mind when I'm doing this that I want this to be something that everybody can do without too much trouble. You know, that's, I guess, a holdover from COVID, that I don't want you to have to leave home and all that stuff. Oh, that's right. Yeah, I should probably, I'm surprised Dee Dee didn't say something this morning. She called me the other day, and she'd been on Facebook, and there had been an announcement that the art Sherpa, Cinnamon Cooney, I believe is her real name, passed away this last week from a heart attack, and she was only 54 years old. So prayers to her family. I mean, 54, that's so young. And it made me stop and think, you know, I'm obviously quite a bit older than that. Hi, Kenny. Yeah, that be grateful for every day. I mean, you don't know when it's your last, right? Hi, Flo. So yeah, prayers out to the art Sherpa's family. It's just so sad. You don't expect for a woman to die at age 54. It's almost unheard of, in fact. So, God, love some or hug somebody you love today, because yeah, you don't know. There is a Just Giving page, apparently, if anyone is able to help the family. Okay, Tori, is it if they Google up Just Giving and then Cinnamon Cooney, it will come up? Yeah, she was so talented, you know, and I don't know if it's true, but Dee Dee had said she thought she was the main breadwinner for her family. So, yeah, I mean, that's just so overwhelming, I guess. You know, if Julie Topaz wasn't enough, Julie was young. Now Cinnamon, it's just like, oh my gosh, it's getting hard. I don't like getting old. Think so. I think it may be on Facebook, but we'll go find it for you. Okay, thanks, Tori. Yeah. So anyway, I'm going to read through these real quick. And if you hear something that you especially like, put it in chat and I'll go back and highlight it. But she came up with some really good ones. So Vale, well done. And thank you very much. I'll just read through them. 100% put a bird on it. So she definitely wants put a bird on it, which is, we commonly do that anyway. Zentangle your hand, wind blown, crown something. If numbers were colors, what would they be? Now, see that one, I would need some explanation for that. A moon, the sun, stars, lost in space. We've done that one before. What you're grateful for. That one I'm going to highlight because we've always done it, and I'm a huge gratitude fan. A humorous wanted for human or animal, which I think that one could be really fun. And I'm going to write in there more like a wanted poster, because I like that idea. Draw or paint a t-shirt. We've done that. I think we did put a logo on a t-shirt or something like that. A frame, your comforts, jars, button it, which means use a button, lanterns, bunny and blossoms, your current mood, an abstract using colors, quirky fantasy world, a page of if I were an animal. Terry Brett would excel at that one, right? I would be a chicken or a monkey. A secret pocket. We've done that one before. It's always a good one. A paper monster. Create a page from song lyrics. We've done that one. A snarky animal quote. Who would think to do that? What, Vale? What are you thinking? Into the woods, an image transfer. That one, I think it's a great idea, but a lot of people in our group don't know the first thing about image transfers, wouldn't know how to do one. Now, I could do a stream of it, but even I'm not good at it. So, hi, Hermie. Rain, Zendangles, a Valentine heart, mark making, window envelope, a crooked house. I like that idea. A paper doll family, tape, paint, and sandpaper. We're not going to start refinishing furniture. Fantasy world could definitely be fun. Okay, remember to put it in chat. A piece of furniture, the 4 seasons, use your favorite and least favorite color. Now, see, if we do that one, I would say you have to do them together. So if your favorite color is blue and your least favorite color is gray, you'd have to do a page of blue and gray. You can do image transfer on packing tape. Yeah, I've done those, Devin. So, yeah. Collage a cityscape invaded by monsters, black and white and red words all over or under. Animals and spring fashions. Create a fascinator hat, worn or on its own. A patchwork. Collage a cityscape invaded by monsters. She likes monsters. But Kitty Cat Jen likes monsters too. Paint and doodle. Recreate a dream or a nightmare you had. I don't remember my dreams most of the time. If I get up to go to the bathroom or something in the night, I might remember pieces of it. But in the morning, it's gone. I don't remember it. Watercolor wings. Now, that doesn't mean you couldn't make one up. My dream would be that Sean Connery drives up in front of my house in some fancy ass car and says, come on, let's scram out of here. And I'd be like, okay, let's go. Watercolor wings, full moon and silhouette, paint a face, woven paper, view through a keyhole. That one's a good idea. Decorate an art-shaped card, arch, A-R-C-H. Dr. Seuss or a Peanuts character. You best block me now. Laughing my ass off. Love and hugs, and thank you for inspiring me, Dale. So I almost drew a monster today, Jen, and you'll see why in a minute. Okay, and then this is more. I mean, the girl took this seriously. Decorate a paper clip, add a quote, include a gnome, make a tassel for your book, tea party, fib art, black background, use a paper bag or packing paper, paint a person animal cut from a magazine, repurpose your old art, graffiti, circus, fingerprint, product packaging, stickers, cut out circles to expose the next page. I did like that one too. That one page has circles or whatever cut out of it and the next page shows through. That could be fun. Washi tape, a group of people, a tuck spot, a fold out. Create a hybrid using 2 animals. That's always fun. We used to do that as kids. Create a biomechanical being. Now that one I can't put in there because I don't have any clue what the hell you're talking about. Abstract watercolor, acrylic paint, markers, pens, pencils, crayons. Mushrooms, nature, get creative with your given name. A sugar skull, make and decorate a cootie catcher. Today is National Blank Day. Jelly plate and or paper background, decorate the edge of the page. She totally took this stuff to heart. Tassels, dabbler tries not to make an inappropriate joke. Tori, inappropriate is welcome here, but you don't have to go any further because I got the picture. I don't remember my dreams either unless I'm dreaming right when I wake up. Yeah, I just don't remember them. I do remember one, it's been a few months ago now. I don't remember the dream itself, but I remember the feeling I had when I woke up, and I was very disturbed. So I'm thinking that it must have been a bad dream, but I don't remember any of the specifics about the dream. I just remember feeling really disturbed, going, there's something wrong with you. Like, there's something wrong with you. but it was more the feeling that lingered than the actual dream itself. They are great, right? There are suggestions for the prompts. I had 50 prompts. Oops. Yeah, I already had like 50 prompts that you guys had suggested, and I haven't even gone through the old lists. Um, and Denise told me through Dee Dee that she likes the idea of kind of a circus theme. And I had kind of come to that, that a circus theme could be really fun. Yeah, see those okay, I'm going to highlight those, Terry. So if there's, yeah, the fortune cookies were fun. Put a bird on it for sure. I agree with you. Put a bird on it. These are smearing my ink. I like the view through the keyhole. I agree with that. Now I should have done this as we went because cut out circles. View through a keyhole. I'll remember what you said though when I go back through these. But yeah, she gave me more than enough for the whole list. You like the paper bag idea? All right, maybe, okay, use a paper bag. I was thinking that too, because I got this really nice packaging from Amazon, and it's still sitting here because I'm thinking I want to include that in my scavenger hunt, either the cover or something. So yeah, I like the paper bag idea too, Hermie. You're going to do it this year, Tori? Yeah, because I'm really kind of liking the whole circus idea, and then have a few pages of color or color combinations. You do not have to buy the color cubes to do that. I'll be specific. But like the blue and the gray, I like that idea that you have to somehow use blue and gray in your page. I sent you a big long list of stuff last year, but I don't know what you did with that huge list. Oh my God, Jen, I don't remember what I did with something yesterday, and you're asking me from a year ago. It's probably, if we look back through our Instagram messages, my guess is it might be there. But if you sent me an email, nope. And if they come out with Twitter email or X email, I'm moving over there. No clowns, please. You don't have to include clowns in yours, Kenny, but the whole circus thing, I'm kind of leaning that way. So if you think of more, not that we're going to need them now that Vale unloaded these, and I've had them for a week or so, but I didn't have any printer ink. So I had to wait until I got printer ink. So yep, we'll be working on this right after Christmas so that I'm ready with a complete list by New Year's Eve. You like the circus theme idea too? Yeah, because if you go Google, circus themes, whether it's a big top tent or banners, or there's so much things associated with the circus. Not just clowns, Kenny. If you want to see clowns, just come here. There you go. If we did that, Jen's thinking a book cover would be a circus tent. Yep. So yeah, I just think there's a lot we could do with that. So anyway, I had thought about coloring a page out of the Mary Engelbright Christmas book, and I don't know. I did this yesterday out of the book. So Merry Christmas, everybody. But then I thought, oh, I don't want to do a color big page, but I'll flip through this because Dee Dee sent it to me. And Dee Dee, I did do a page out of it. There's proof. And I'll use this next week on the stream, but let me flip through this. I don't know if you can still get this, but there's some of her really iconic art in here. And you guys wonder why I'm not ready for Christmas, because I sat and did that yesterday. But I also did do laundry and housework. So I'll just flip through it real quick. I love Mary Engelbright art, and I appreciate Dee Dee sending this. This is probably one of my very favorite Christmas pieces of art from Mary Engelbright. It's got a black background, and so thank you, Joanne. So I could watercolor that in Christmas colors. That would be pretty. But I'm not going to do that today. I'm going to show you. E is for elf. That one would be a good one. But the thing is, I'll be on right at midnight Central Time, Barbara. So when you look at Raul's schedule, I think he's putting everything at Eastern Time, which puts me on like at 1 o'clock. But I'm usually on right at midnight. Or maybe, no, I don't know. I don't know. Look at Raul's schedule. Hi, Belinda. Yeah, look at Raul's schedule. Actually, I was looking for a bear to draw this morning, and there's a bear right there. A really easy bear. What was I thinking? Anyway, but that was when I asked you guys, do you guys ever have an idea that somewhere in one of the books that you own, you know there is a bear that you've wanted to draw, or you have drawn or something, and you can't for the life of you remember what book it's in? I drove myself crazy this morning until finally I just said, bullshit. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing it. I'm not looking anymore. So then I came up with plan B. But yeah, I love Mary Engelbright's art. Look at that elf. That would be fun. And I would probably not watercolor on this paper. I would probably transfer this on to watercolor paper, because this paper, I mean, it's just, I didn't micron it or anything, but it just feels like it's a little bit heavier. But the surface is too slick. You just know watercolor is not going to work on it. Look at the lion. There's so much art in here that I would love to do, but I thought, nah, I don't think I can color on stream. I'm so slow. Yeah. But yeah, here you go. Here's a Christmas book, Jen. And there's enough in here that it will last me years and years. Cat and paste would do really good on all of these, I'll bet. Gosh, I feel silly. Never thought to use coloring books and kids' illustrations. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Coloring books can be great inspiration. I'm glad we have adult coloring books now. I think it gives a lot of people who are intimidated by drawing or something like that something to an outlet for their creativity. You know, this is not cheating. If I took one of these out and traced it onto watercolor paper, I would not feel like I was cheating a bit, because while I'm watercoloring it, I may be learning something along the way. So that I just made a copy of that one I did yesterday, but this is the one I was thinking about doing. I like this one with Santa Claus hugging the snowman, and it's raining or snowing peppermint candies. And then I thought too, another one that might be fun is just to use some of her little art, redraw it, and use it as ephemera. That would be really good, because if you want to get better at drawing, get a Mary Engelbright book, because a lot of her little characters and ephemera are really simple to draw. You don't need any drawing skills, and then either color them or paint them and learn shading and stuff like that. Something so simple as that flower right there. Let's just do it real quick because we can. Now, let's save it. Yeah, we're going to save it. I got other stuff I need to do today. And I'm already practically an hour in because I can't quit running my dang mouth. But that's okay. That's okay. All right, you guys. So this is what we did last week, and this was a ton of fun. You guys helped so much. It came out good. I'm proud of it. I love it. So I thought, okay, I don't think today's will be nearly as much fun. But I'm going to do some different kind of techniques, I think, because one of the things I asked about, do you guys want to do Christmas lights or do you want to do Christmas ornaments? And you guys chose the ornaments, but I still couldn't get the light idea out of my head. I still like this Christmas light idea. So I do too, Tori. So what I decided I'm going to do is like do the next one in a series. And I went ahead and stamped it out so that I didn't have to go collect up all that stuff. I'm going to go ahead and do watercolor house mouse. And to do this one, if you want to do something like this, cut yourself a template. That's what I did here. And then I used the paper. But I just cut myself a template so that they're all kind of uniform. So if you want to do something like that, and this is, I mean, it's such a simple shape. Anybody could draw that. Cut yourself a little stencil, template, whatever. Draw it out. And you can just set it there. Thank you. Mm-hmm. Let's see who we got mail from. I might have to open it on stream. Oh, we will. Oh, we got 2 fun pieces of mail. But anyway, if you're thinking about doing something like that, make yourself a template, okay? Just, it's so simple. I'm not going to save this. After I'm done with it, I'll throw it away. If I need it again, I'll make another one. Yeah. Yeah, it's a good idea. If you're going to do multiples of the same thing rather than try to recreate it over and over and over again, just cut yourself something out of paper. If you have Yupo paper, that's really cool because you can put paint and everything else on top of it and it won't disintegrate. So we'll go ahead and open this mail because it's from Thibs. The first one is Kimberly 557. Aw. A jar. See, now I could use this for scavenger hunt if we do the jar prompt. Let love grow. Oh. Plant this summer. There's zinnia seeds. Oh, how cute. I have a place that I'll even put that, Kimberly. I will. Merry Christmas. Hope you both have a happy and relaxing holiday. Sending love, Kimberly. Kimberly, that's so thoughtful. Thank you. So I could actually use this in my scavenger. So don't be surprised if jar is one of the prompts. So I could use that. Only the next Christmas I wouldn't have it. Oh, well. That's all right. And then the next one is from Linda and Tim Rents. I love getting Tim mail. Right? That is a sweet present. Collect up your seeds and send them out for Christmas. And I might have multiple beds because Robert's been out there with the damn weed eater. Did I say hi, Flo? Sharon, everybody. Okay. Linda and Tim. Aww. Said the cover of the little ornament book was printed by Tim on his jelly plate. Awesome. Have a safe and happy holiday. Thank you, Linda and Tim. Look at this. There's a little charm on it, a little rose. And look at this baby paper clip. It's a little book. I don't know what the map is, what place it's for. I might have to look one of these places up. It looks like Germany. The words look German to me. And if it is, then it's going to go in my passport journal. I'm going to really start trying to use some of this stuff, you guys. Tim, that is so adorable and precious. Thank you so much. And your jelly printing makes Devin jealous. Devin, look at that. Tim did that. That is so fun. Thank you. And I love miniature anything, but the little charm and everything, that's so cute. Aw, you guys are the best. Got some little stickers on the envelope that I'll peel off and reuse. And then a piece of Christmas wrap, which looks like watercolor. Awesome. Thank you so much. All right. We took a little break for the mail, but yeah, this is what I'm going to do today. And I'm just thinking, let's go ahead and I'm just thinking, do I want to draw the lights, the string first? Yeah, I think I do. I think I'll do all that and then watercolor on top of that. Okay. So I just took out this morning a brand new one of these Identa pens. I think Dee Dee turned me on to these, and they're alcohol markers. They're just like a Sharpie. It is. It's so sweet. So, this one, I'm going to have it go right across him. Okay, so that will be our string of lights. And then years and years ago, and it has to be years ago because my mother's been dead for 23 years now. I can't believe it's 23 years, but yeah, mother's been passed away for 23 years. Unbelievable. Unfreaking believable. Anyway, we had gone to a stamp convention thing in downtown Denver, and there was this artist there named Judith, and she had made these little stamps, and there were, I think, 6 in the set. Mother bought one and I bought one, and see, they're little, they look like little Christmas ornaments or lights. So I'm going to use this stamp with this, and it's going to look like all the little mousies are hanging up their lights. And I haven't decided about the background yet. There's too much going on to paint it like a tree, I think. I mean, if I was going to take forever to do it, I maybe could, you know, like this could be I could do the bottom of the tree up here. But I'm thinking just make it look like a room. But yeah, we'll see. So anyway, we'll go ahead and stamp these little dudes on here. I do have a lot of really fun stamps, Zen Jen, because I have collected them. My first one, and I've said this on stream a couple different times, my very first stamp I ever bought, I bought in a mall, I believe in Saskatoon, Canada. And it was a goose. And I had it in my desk drawer at my job at Kansas, Nebraska Natural Gas. And I used to just stamp it on stuff, you know. And somebody stole it out of my drawer. So that was my very first lesson. Don't let people know that you have cool things, because they'll just steal it. Hi, Goldie. That's true, Terry. We could do a window in the background and make it nighttime. Oh, Terry, we are a good team. All of us. Like that other mouse one would never have happened without you guys, I don't think. But then after you did that, I was just like, I like that idea. But I couldn't get this whole light thing out of my head. So I thought, okay, we're doing that. But I think I have a fun, and I haven't tried it, so I don't know how it's going to work. I think I have a good idea. Ooh, I didn't get that one in the right place. for how to get them glowing. But you guys are full of good ideas too, so you may end up telling me how to do it. And I'm not going to watercolor all these little bulbs, I don't think. I think I'm going to use a water-based marker and yeah, you'll see when I try it. It's just an idea I had, and we'll see if it's a good idea or not. But yeah, I like the idea of a window, Terry. But anyway, the reason I have so many cool stamps is because I've collected for so many years. And then my mother got into collecting stamps, and she created cards, and she wrote tons of letters. She had friends all over the place because her and Dad traveled. So my mother was a huge letter card writer, and so she used her stamps a lot more in the end than I did because one, she had more time, and I was just not much of a letter writer until Jim got sick and I got a pen pal. And then my pen pal, we met through, I think, the want ads in Rubber Stamp Madness, or I had been published in Rubber Stamp Madness and she contacted me. And we wrote letters back and forth for years and years. And in fact, she was so provincial. She's from Massachusetts. And she was so provincial, they had never left Massachusetts. But of course, because we wrote letters and she knew pretty much everything about my life, her and her husband flew to Oklahoma and stayed with Jim and I when he was sick. And that was such a huge deal for her. And it was fun as hell to meet in real life. I mean, it was just so much fun. So, yeah, I have great memories. And she loved rubber stamps and handwriting and everything. So we had so much in common. And I had tons and tons of her art, and she had tons and tons of my art because we were always, we'd set up projects for ourselves and then each one of us work on it. And my basement flooded, and it's been years now. I'm thinking, was it more than 20 years? Probably more than 20 years. Anyway, all of her letters got flooded and all of her art was ruined, of all the things. And I had grandmother's quilts that flooded and got ruined and everything. But I probably cried more over losing Lynn's art than anything. I just couldn't believe that. Yeah. Anyway, so what I'm going to do to watercolor today is I'm actually going to use, for the smaller parts, because it's hard when you're doing small, I'm going to use the Neocolor 2 and then activate them. So we'll see how this goes. If you don't have the Neocolor 2, I would recommend saving up your cash, blow right by all the other water-soluble products that you see, and go directly to Neocolor 2. You're late to the party, Jane. It's all right. I've just been showing junk. I just started this. So, yeah, I'm going to, do you call this cheater watercolor? I don't know if you call it cheater watercolor or what, but I'm going to use the Neocolor 2s. For the small places at least. Because this is less agonizing than trying to mix the colors. And with the Neocolor 2s, they're already the color I want, you know. And otherwise, I'd have to mix the colors. And yeah, I just thought, let's be expeditious. No, don't tempt you. When you see these work, you will just go, how have I lived my life without them? Like, I'm not even kidding you. They're pricey. No, I'm not kidding you. But of all the water-soluble products, these are hands down. And I have a bunch of them. I have Derwent Aquatone. I have a bunch of different brands. These are so nice. And that when I start melting them, you'll see. Just call it cheater watercolor, whatever. But you don't have to be very precise at this stage of the game, right? And can you guys see okay? You want me to move you in or what? I think my glasses are dirty and I can't see anyway. I usually try and wash them right before I go on stream, but I was helping Robert and yeah. Okay. Hi, Brenda. And hi to any of you lurkers or anybody I missed. Jane, did I say hi? All right, let's see. Get a brush here and some water. And it might be better. I don't know. I didn't think about it. But if you guys ordered those nail brushes, I'm just going to use my number 6 because I always grab it. But the nail brushes that we ordered, those would probably work awesome for these small little rubber stamp images. Golly. Let me pull you down so you can see. Is it focusing, you freak? There we go. So you can see how nicely the Neocolor 2s just melt. Oops, I didn't. Another thing I do is if I just want the color and I don't want to go direct to paper, I just take some little bit of color off the end. And I don't do it on the other end because I don't know. It's probably stupid. But anyway, yeah, I always take it off the opposite end of the point. But they literally just melt like butter. Butter, I'm telling you, butter. Okay, and while it's still wet, I think I'll take this little pink. I wish I had a darker one. Put some little pink on his cheeks. And if I had used another product, and believe me, I have before, and put it on this textury watercolor paper, it would be really hard for me to get it to melt down. It would, you could see the texture. Neocolors don't do that. But if I used another product, it would. Like if I probably will put a floor in here. I'll think of another product I can use. I'll let that soak in for just a minute, and then I'll put some little blush on him too. We've only got, what, a week until Christmas, a week and a couple days now. Ugh. This shortened season has goofed me up. Or maybe it hasn't, and I'm always like this. I just use that as an excuse. That's more like it. But see how easy that just melts and fills in? It's just so easy. Yeah, I'm not a fan of real mice. Yeah, oddly enough, when we moved down here, we're on a lake down in Oklahoma, away from everything. And then across the street from me is a huge field. When we lived in Boulder, in our outside cupboard, we had like a garden cupboard outside. And we'd gotten mice in there. And Jamie used to set traps and kill them. And so I'd get up in the morning to notes that he had written, Adventures of the Serial Killer, because he was emptying the traps and everything as we were trying to get rid of him. Anyway, we had mice when we lived in Oklahoma, in Boulder. So I thought, oh my God, with that field across the street from us, I'm going to have mice like crazy. I'm going to hate this, blah, blah, blah. In all the years I've lived here, I've not seen one mice. Now I know there are mice in the field across the street because Robert used to mow over there, and he'd say, you should see the mice just running like crazy, you know, as he's mowing. But we've never had any indication of any mice in the house at all. And isn't that weird that we would have them in town but not out in the middle of nowhere where we are? But I've never had mice in this house ever. Not even in the I have a greenhouse, and birds get in there. I have no clue how the birds get in there. They'd have to go through the humidifier, and I think that's how they do it. They figure out a way to go through the humidifier to get in the greenhouse. I've had birds in there because obviously there's signs. They go in there, they get trapped, and they crap all over everything. I've never had mice in there. So that's weird. So I have mice in my house that I watercolor. Does anybody here not have the, if there weren't any mice, I'd have nothing to draw. Tori, your mice are so freaking adorable. And this morning while I was looking for that bear that I never did find, I pulled out one of my sketchbooks because Dee Dee for the longest time was trying to get me to do like a zine or a book or something about the adventures of Robert. Only we called him, back then, we called him the rat. Long story. Anyway, when he had leukemia, they treated him with, literally, I'm not joking here, and I don't think leukemia or cancer in any form is funny, but they treated him with rat poison, literally arsenic. So then I started calling him the rat because they were giving him rat poison. And so for years I called him the rat. So I came across the sketches this morning of Adventures of the Rat. Obviously, I never finished it. But I have a whole sketchbook of it. And maybe someday I'll do that little thing. But they do use arsenic to treat leukemia. Or at least Robert's version of leukemia. He doesn't have a little belly, so I don't have to worry about that. But Tori, I do love watching the process you go through to create your mice art. It's very compelling and makes me think that would be fun, but then I wouldn't be using my stuff, and pretty soon I'd get pissed off that I wasn't using all this stuff that I've spent my children's inheritance on. I'm actually really glad that you show the whole process that you go through. And I'm not being real careful here. It's kind of, you get the idea, right? Any mess ups, chances are very good that I can fix. All right, let's give this little guy some. Should have gone back and done this while they were still kind of moist. Okay. Hi, Missy. So I need to do you as a mouse and him as a rat. Got it. Any preferred situation scene? Whatever it is, Tori, I should be chasing him with a weapon. I think that would be appropriate. And to help you dress the rat lives in overalls. Yeah, he does. He brings me coffee every day. So I shouldn't really chase him, but what can I say? All right, I'm gonna. Oh, my other idea that I'd thought about doing today was, remember, it was a stream, oh my God, probably a year ago or whatever. I said something about washing my palettes. And poor Jasper just about had a heart attack that I waste that paint. I never gave it any thought. Well, now when it comes time to washing my palettes, I just freak out. You know, like, oh, what could I use that paint for? What could I use that paint for? And I know I could put it in a desk journal, blah, blah, blah. But anyway, I got thinking, and I've got a stack of them here that need to be washed. And I thought, you know what? I could do like some neurographic art and use up all that old paint. Like a Sendoodle. Terry, you know Sendoodle. She does kind of the art that looks like rocks. And they have a shine and they're shaded and everything. I thought, well, it might be fun to try that. And I could use up this old paint to paint it in. So maybe, well, next week is Christmas, so I'll probably try and do something Christmassy again next week. Okay, I'm going to pull the camera out a little bit. But yeah, I might try and use up that paint because I don't want to feel guilty because Jasper just about crapped her pants when I said I was going to waste all that paint. Well, now I don't want to waste all that paint. This is probably, where's a piece of paper here? Ooh, that's a little dark. That's better. This is going to be way dark. Yeah, that's way dark. Water that down a little bit. See, I didn't mix that much paint, but in these two now, I'm going to have a ton of leftover paint. Oh, Tori, these are yummy. Dee Dee got me these for my birthday. And they're, they call them Taylor chalk, I think. Dee Dee bought me this 6 color, and I love them because the palette that they come in is cork. And so she sent me these, and then I turned around and bought they only have 3 other colors, red, yellow, blue. But these are unbelievable. These will make your mouth water. You put water on them, boom, they're wet. They're, and they're intense. And so, yeah. And they're called Art Graph. Art Graph Taylor's Chalk, I think, is the name that you can find them on Amazon. They're so awesome. All right, let's paint us some little, I'm going to clean that up. I don't need to make a mess at this point. Let's give it a go. And I haven't looked up to see what they use for binder or anything else. And I'm not even sure if they're intended to be used as, in fact, Taylor chalk. Anybody who sews knows what Taylor's chalk is, or I know because I did alterations. But if you sew, you use Taylor's chalk a lot to mark on your fabric. And then the Taylor's chalk I have, you can add heat to it and it just disappears. Well, this one, you obviously just add water to it and they disappear. But I've never really tested it to see if it works really good on fabric. But as a watercolor, honestly, these, if they made a set of 300, I'd buy them. If I had to sell Robert's second car, I would own them. After I got them, I was just like, these are just delicious. So, yep, love them a lot. I'm not going to paint them all the same color, but I'm going to base like this one now. I'll base him in the same color, and then I'll add some of that darker too. And if you know anything about the house mouse, there were, I think, 6 different mice, and they all had different colors, and they all had names and everything. Now, my mother knew all of that, like if she used Maxwell, the stamp of Maxwell was his correct color. I don't know anything about that crap, okay? So I just paint him the way I see him. If this is Maxwell and he's brown rather than gray, it sucks to be Maxwell. That's all I can say. But Mother would be correcting me. No, that's Maxwell and he's gray. Okay. In Maxwell's world. So I'll just add some little bit darker. This is not hard to do, so they're little expressions though, like I don't even know if she does House Mouse products anymore. I forgot his hand right there. But she used to put these mice in the craziest predicaments. She is a very good artist and very good imagination. And I have a bunch of the stamps. A ton of them. More than anybody should have, that's for damn sure. But that's what Mother chose to spend her money on, so good on you, Mom. We'll do this one up here a little bit darker. Oh, I'm going to have to lighten him so you can see the... the light bulb. Yeah, and I won't paint the light bulb. I'll just try and dim the color later. I hope Dee Dee's having fun with Boo out shopping. Hi, Kristen. Have not seen Joanne. Is that the artist, Tori? Joanne Sheen? Okay, Kristen has house mouse stamps. Yeah, I have a bunch too, Kristen. I had a saucer I was using as a palette. I had set it aside to dry. I was going to use them later. Bo was doing dishes and remembered seeing the dirt. Oh my gosh. Brenda Roberts done that to me several times with these palettes. Because usually I just set them over on the counter in the kitchen. Well, I used to. Now I set them in here and fret about them. Anyway, when I used to set them in the kitchen, yeah, he'd just rinse them out and put them right in the dishwasher. Only that didn't bother me because that's what I was going to do too. So, yeah. If you have a color mix, though, that's a whole nother thing. If you're saving it because it's a mixture, yeah, that could be a little bit annoying. But again, it's one of those situations you can't really get mad at them because they're being helpful and, yeah, you got to give them credit for doing what they do. And he knows better than to pretty much touch anything in this room. If he came in here and tried to tidy up or, oh my God, I'd lose my mind. Honestly, that's when Tori could draw the murder scene. He won't even touch it. This is how bad I am. Oh my God, I should feel bad, but I don't. I have all my pens and utensils and everything right next to me. He won't even reach in and get a pair of scissors or a pen. He'll go look in the junk drawer. He'll go do anything other than reach, and it'll be right here in front of him, and he still won't touch it. So I've trained him really well. Time for another dark one. We'll do this one down here. He's being used as a ladder. I'd rather have Devin's situation, though, where I have an entire room separate from the rest of the house where even Lucy won't go in. The thing is, though, if I had another room, because I could turn the library into my art room. I mean, I could do anything I want. I'm afraid I wouldn't go up and use it because it's not part of, down in the main house. So I don't know. But Devin has a great studio, its own bathroom, furniture. Do you think I got carried away with the mice, you guys? I think there were one or two more than this that I just couldn't fit in the picture. I know. I love Devin's studio too. All that table space. Oh my God. That would be heaven. Lucy came up today, but when she saw I didn't sit on the couch, she promptly left. Oh, I don't know, Devin. Here's an idea. Okay. If you want her to hang out, what I would try and do is, does she have a particular doggy treat that she likes? I would maybe hide her doggy treats up on the couch. Thanks, Devin. There's a lot of little mices in here. Lure her through her stomach. That usually works for pets and men. Here's your bologna sandwich under the couch cushion. Now get your worthless butt up here. I don't want this bologna to go to waste. Oops. That was a little bit of a lot of paint. He has no arms. I painted over his arms. Hey, Dee Dee. Did you guys go shopping? I hope you had fun. We're doing another House Mouse Christmas, Dee Dee. I didn't even hardly badmouth you at all, but I did show the tiger book that you sent me. That's so cute, and I love it a lot. I want to draw some of those characters out of there. Well, book shopping. Well, that for you and Boo, that's like better than clothes or shoes or handbags or groceries for sure. And now poor Boo has to head home. She was having so much fun inking today. Dee Dee, you might consider, if she's not listening. Is she listening? Putting her together a little container of some of those little baby stamp pads and some brushes, so she could do that when she has free time at home, you know? Know what I mean, Jelly Bean? All right. Now I'm just trying to decide. I think what I'm going to do is come up with a background next. And because I don't really know what I'm doing, let's put a window in. All right, I can move these for right now. And Dee Dee, I used your art graph paints for the little bodies. Oh, she has some? Okay, well then, never mind. What the heck do I know? All right, let's see. We'll have the window come down to about here. So that's about 3 inches down. Move the water. And I think I'll have it go from there to there. Okay. I don't trust that my tape is that straight, but I guess it doesn't really matter that much, does it? But I'm using the tape on the side and this grid ruler to kind of keep things somewhat straight. I don't really trust that it's straight. so whatever. And then we'll put some window casing around. Doesn't have to be perfect. Well, that one's wider, so in that case, yeah, it really does need to be perfect, because that would look very weird. And then we'll put some panels in the window. So from edge to edge is 1.5. Let's see, that would be there. All right. Let's see how good my little measurements are. Hi, Raul. And I'll probably come back in after I'm done painting this and ink it. So, yeah, I'll paint it and then ink it probably. Because by doing it that way, if you have things that you need to maybe cover up or something, it's easier to do it on the back end, in my opinion. All right, so let's see. From the bottom, I'll come up. Oops, right there. And yeah, okay. So it'll be a 4-panel window, but you won't see all of the top panels. What the hell did I do there? Here's how you do that. If you don't trust your measurements, this little piece of paper has gotten a workout, right? Okay, it wasn't that far off. To me, it looked way far off. Still looks crooked as hell to me, but we're going with it. Okie dokie. Is that what you had in mind, Terry Brett? Or were you thinking a bigger window? I guess I should have asked that before I went to all that trouble, right? But for my idea, it can't be that dark a background. Pancreatitis caused my poor Lise to get diabetes. That's amazing, Goldie. Okay, that's what you were thinking? Very cool. All right, I think, let's see, we need to put a little baseboard in down here. Yeah, that's good. That look about right. Yeah, that'd be fine. And I want the color of the walls to be light enough that when I color the bulbs, they're going to show up a lot. And I think my pencils, I need to change the lead in it, because when I push on it, it's disappearing. But time for that later. All right. And Dee Dee, I did the mice ears and stuff like that with Neocolor too. And I think I'm going to do the background, because this is what I was thinking. I do this a lot. Where is the color that I want?
To reach you on your cellular device. An idiot.
If that had been Dee Dee, I would answer, but it wasn't Dee Dee. So, all right, right now I'm just testing for color. Yellow is a light color, but yeah, that's too yellow. So I want more like a ochre, I think. Yeah, real soft, yellowish. Okay, that's what we're going to do. All right, keep your fingers crossed that this is going to work. Right now, I'm going to wish I hadn't put so many of those damn little bulbs on here. Know what I mean? And I don't have to be so precious around these bulbs if my idea works. If my idea doesn't work, I'll rework the whole damn thing. I swear to God. But I think with my idea, I don't have to be that precious right now. No, I'm always precious, but you know what I mean. And then stay away from the window. Another nice thing, the way I'm going to do this is I won't saturate this whole paper. And hopefully this is going to work. I do it this way on other stuff, so it should work just fine. I like that big open space. Cover a lot of ground quick. Now, a lot of water-soluble products, this would not work well for because of the texture of the paper that I was telling you early. It's hard to get it dissolved. But with Neocolor 2s, I don't even worry about that. It dissolves just perfectly. Okay. What was that? Golden ochre. All right, now I'm going to get out a little. Sorry, I'm not paying any attention to chat, but I know you guys will just sit there and entertain each other, so I don't worry that much. Okay, I got out a little baby wipe, and I fold this into whatever tool I think I need or want. So I'm going to make myself, because I am going to be going in a little bit close on some of these. If like this big area, I wouldn't bother doing that. But I'll start on this end first. keep pushing that light further and further away. Oh, further and further away. All right. And I could do this with a brush too, but I think it would just take longer and I'd have to be a lot more careful. And it's like, ugh. And I'm trying not to go into the bulbs, but if I do with this light color, it shouldn't be that big a deal. And I don't have to worry about moving the paint from the mice because it was really, I'm not saying it won't move, but it was so well dissolved that it shouldn't be that big a problem and that I won't contaminate. So this is Cheater watercolor background. I do this all the time. Hey, view. And then you get enough on your baby wipe that you don't have to worry so much about the small areas. You can go in and work on those. And there's enough pigment on your baby wipe that you can get in the little areas. And if I miss spots, I can go back in with paintbrush later too. So you can cover up a lot of sins here. The biggest pain for me right now is trying to keep it in camera and so you guys can actually see what I'm doing. Not worried so much about the baseboard either because I'm going to do it a darker color so I can cover up my mess there. Something black got on my paper there. Now I'm going to make myself a new point there. And I don't really care if I get too close to that bulb, and you'll see why in just a minute. But see how the Neocolor 2 just lays down so nice, so flat. Other products wouldn't do that. You would see the texture of the paper. So that's one thing about doing a big space with the Neocolor. Like right in here, you can still see the texture where I didn't work it so hard. But that's just my bad. And then the little areas I'll go back in with a paintbrush. In fact, I'll do it right now while I'm thinking about it and I know the color. Which color was it? Golden ochre. That's just regular ochre. Yeah, there's it. Don't need much color. See that I don't even have to worry about. But up around his ear I will. I did pretty good, you guys. Okay, let's get some nice brown. Burnt sienna. Nope, don't want that brown. That's too red. That one will be okay. I want it a little bit different than the browns and the mice, you know. You don't want your brush too terribly wet, but it's got to be wet enough to dissolve the binder. You'd think I was a salesman for Neocolor too, huh? I don't mind saying when I think a product works exceptionally well, and Neocolor definitely does. So I don't mind acting like a spokesperson or a salesman for them, because I know if it's a product that if you bought it and used it, you would not disagree with me if you're familiar with other water-soluble products. And if you buy this one, you'll never buy another one. You won't say, oh, I think I'll try other ones. You won't do that. You'll just go, okay, I got Neocolor 2. I'm good to go. And until I find the perfect product, I will keep ordering. I put those Crayola acrylic pens in my cart, Dee Dee. I don't know if they'll make it to my house. But for no more money than they are, they seem like they work well. And I agree. I would just buy the Sharpies if they would just get more colors, because those products work well. Y'all are a bunch of damn enablers. That's all I can say. All right, I'm going to turn this upside down so I can go ahead and paint the frame around the window. Wait a minute. Yeah, I'm going to paint it dark. Yeah, I'm going to paint it dark. I almost forgot to put the pigment down. But I'm wondering if those panes, if I want to leave them white. A lot of brown in this one. Hmm. Hey, Colleen. All right, I think I'll go ahead and do them dark. And I won't do a real dark blue sky out the window. How about that? And this, because I do want the straight lines and stuff like that, I'm going to use the paintbrush. But it still just dissolves beautifully, so it's almost like coloring. Only you don't have to be so careful, but I do have to be careful now. We sure are having nice weather here today. It was mid-50s when I got up this morning, which is awesome because it's been down in the 30s. That's too cold for this girl. I don't like 30s. And I'm really going to hate it when it gets colder than that in January and February, which in Oklahoma it typically does. So y'all have a lot of time to listen to me whine. I probably will go around this window too with ink. I don't know. We'll just see. I like watercolor and ink. I think the end product looks really good.
An idiot is attempting to reach you on your cellular device.
I'll have to color back. Or if it's an emergency, she can call Robert. And all I'm doing is loading my brush up with water. The pigment's on the page. And I really don't, I want all of this pigment as best I can dissolved, because when I go in there with the bulb, I don't want goofing it up. So, but I think I had to do it in this order. We'll see. It'll either work or it won't. That's pretty much that. Trying to keep my hand out of wet paint. What is going on with my phone?
An idiot is attempting to reach you on your cellular device.
Same number as before.
An idiot is attempting to reach you on your cellular device.
Hang on. Hello?
Hello, this is Darren calling on behalf of Congressman John McCain.
I knew better. Now I'm on the she answered the phone because she's a dumbass list. All right. I think I'll do the sky next, or the whatever's out the window. I really goofed up this guy's face. Let's see if I can lighten it up a little bit. Yeah, that worked pretty good. All right. I want... All right, I'm just going to pick a blue. Pick a blue, any blue. I do have swatches here. Let's use them. What the heck? I was thinking about doing like a real dark sky, but I think I'm not going to do that. I think I'm going, but I want it to look like night. So I think I don't have a choice. I think I have to do that. Which one's this one? Prussian. No, I think I'm going to go with the darker, which is indigo, obviously. All right, we're going with indigo. We'll just have to wait and see how it works out. That's Prussian. I picked the Prussian first. Oh my gosh. There's indigo. Thanks, Tori. Inside his tail, I'll do with a smaller brush. If I'd have thought about it, I could have stamped a star or something outside that window. All right. Hopefully I can go a little faster with that. But I've got an hour left to finish, so should be fine. See how that Neocolor 2 just melts so amazingly? It's cray-cray. And I think I'm going to go back in for each of those lights. They're little, I don't know if I want to go in with the mica gold, even though they're usually, well, now that they're made in China, they're green. But they used to be silver. But I bought Dee Dee the silver, but I didn't buy it for myself. I don't have any silver product that I can think of. But I could go back in with white and add stars to this sky if I want. We'll just see when it's done how much we like it. This is darker, but that's okay. We got plenty of the picture that what I want to do is going to work fine. This indigo almost looks purple. The blue is leaving more texture. That's fine. I think we'll disguise it when we if I add some stars or something like that. It's fine the way it is. I'm really not whining. It just sounds like it. Oh, what in the world was I thinking? Can't fix it now. I'll have to go back in and fix it later. I went in like a crazy woman. Trying to keep my hand out of the wet paint. Because I planned so well. I'm going to have to turn it upside down. Why I'm making it harder for myself, I don't know. The window slowed me down, Terry. But that's okay. I like it. Does add another layer of interest for sure. So that's okay. And then I'll have to wait and let this dry completely. Thanks, Jen. Sorry I can't read chat right now. Too much paying attention going on over here. I'll catch up here in just a second. I think I will add stars, though. We'll see, though. Could have added a full moon and a werewolf and some bats. All right, that's going to have to work. And then I think for the ground that they're sitting on, I don't know how. That's not dark enough. Oh, that's the one. Yep, that'll be fine. All right. Lots of bits to go around. You're doing good. Thanks, Terry. All right, looks like y'all are taking care of each other in chat. I'm thinking the gold, mostly Terry, because it's what I have. Oh, I was going to try and use a different product so you could see how the other product doesn't melt as well. What other product could I use? Let me see. If I have the gray and no, I'll use because most people aren't going to have that product. Let me see about using ink tints. I don't think I have a gray in this. I could use the, let me see. Ooh, the graphic hint. I could have sworn. All right. No gray in there either, and I don't want to get the whole set out. Okay, I'll just use graphic tint, or I guess I could use, let's use the ink tints blocks. Because a lot of people have ink tints and love ink tints, but I'm not the biggest fan in the world of ink tints. I like the pencils better than the blocks. And I have this set, and I used it a lot. You can tell I've used it a lot. And then I ended up buying the 72, the big set. And then, I don't know, I just got where it was like, ugh, I don't even like this. But let's go ahead and use the Inktense blocks. Or you know what? Maybe the Inktense pencils, because I should have this color in the pencils. Because I bought the 12 set. Of the blocks and the pencils, probably at the same time, thinking it would be very useful. And I think what I found out is that it wasn't really. I have Tori, and if it was the only product I had, I would do that. But after you get some decent looking pencils and stuff like that, like grading the ink tints and using them like that, to me, yeah, it's just more trouble than it's worth. So yeah, I did buy the little Derwent grater, and I actually tried that with the Daniel Smith, you know, those art bars that I bought, which I still have not used that much. And I don't remember if I told you guys, but when I was cleaning out something, I did find some, I think they're called Derwent art bars, that are much the same. Apparently, Derwent came out with those art sticks before Daniel Smith did. Anyway, I have some of each, so I have to find a project that I can really use those on, you know, and then I would do a comparison. But the art bars, the Derwent art bars, are like this, and they're water soluble. And I know I bought them in Albuquerque. I'm pretty sure I bought them in Albuquerque. And put them away, and that forgot about them, and that's that. But I think I will, after the new year, try and find a project that I could use them on, you know, test them on. And now what I'm trying to get here is more of a gray, but what I wanted to show you was, and I'll get a fresh baby wipe because this one's been sitting out and probably dried off a little bit. And watch, it'll probably prove me to be a big fat liar. And if it does, I'll be the first one to say, man, I am a big fat liar. But my experience is that none of the other water-soluble products, especially on watercolor paper, dissolve into the paper quite as awesomely as Neocolor 2. That's why I sound like a Neocolor 2 salesman. Well, I'm not necessarily disgusted with the product. I think the thing is they're a pricey product. They're not cheap. And so when you get them and they don't behave as beautifully as you hope they would, there is a little bit of disappointment, not necessarily disgust, but yeah. But this is going to show you the texture of the paper, I think. It's probably more disappointment than disgust, would be my guess. See how you can see the texture of the paper? Because the product doesn't dissolve as nicely as Neocolor. That was really all I wanted to show you guys. And it would do that whether you were using a baby wipe or whether you were using a paintbrush. Well, I'll do paintbrush on the next section. We'll just see. We'll do a controlled experiment here because that's what we're all about. And keep in mind, I've got a lot more water on my brush. Can you, I don't know if you guys can see what I'm talking about or not, how that pigment just sits on top of the ridges and it just doesn't, yeah, just doesn't behave as nicely. But I think that, yeah, it's more disappointment than anything. Believe me, any product I buy, I really want it to work. I want it to work like it's advertised. And that's not just art supplies. That's, I mean, I can't tell you how many products in my lifetime I bought. And then when I started using it, it was just like, those liars. I hate those liars. That's why I saved it for the ground, Jen, so it would look, you know, like carpet texture or something like that. But yeah, I mostly just wanted you to see how the pigment just sits there on the top, doesn't really dissolve quite as nicely as the Neocolor 2, because that Neocolor 2, I mean, you just can't beat it, really. And I probably will go in and define some of this a little bit more later. Last week when I finished the ornaments, I went back at the end thinking, okay, what do I need to do to finish this up and, you know, improve it, fix any mistakes, whatever. And I was surprised. Other than drawing in the reflection of the one little mouse, there wasn't too much cleanup that I had to do on that. So I was either hitting all my marks or just got so damn lucky. But yeah. And the white around the bulbs, don't care about that. Don't care at all about that. Let me see, where's that pencil now? Ink black. And I have gone in here and picked up some of the pigment directly off the pencil. Oops, that's too much. That's the problem with going in and trying fixing mistakes later. A little bit darker here, I don't mind because it would be a little shadow down here, right? So for stuff like this, yeah, I think the pencils are pretty useful, you know, when you want to just go in and get just like a little bit of product, whatever. Because that's a little bit harder to do with, say, pans or something like that. So I don't know. Just learning to use your product, I guess. Another thing about Inktense, if you didn't know, if you get them fully dissolved, they should be permanent when they're dry. I don't know if that's true. Did I say hi to you, Raul? Okay. There's the whole little scene we got going on here. All right. I'm not going to agonize myself or you. Now I have everything out. This place looks like 15 monkeys have been playing in here. I'm going to use some, I think, Papermate pens. So let me see what colors I want here. And they're just right behind me in the build. I think I want, obviously, a yellow. Red for sure. Blue. Too many greens to choose from. I think I'll do light green. I'm not sure I like that pink. Which pink? Let's use that one. Need an orange and purple. I think that's pretty much all of them. And then shading for each of them. Let's see here. Dark blue. Got that. Green. Got that. Ooh, I don't have a dark red. Wonder how. Oh, we'll try that. Oh, that's bad. Don't have a dark pink. We can use the orange for that. And red for that. Okay. Here's all the pens we're going to be using. 7 mice have been playing. Yeah. Well, if you looked in here, you'd swear to God. The monkeys have arrived. All right. These are the shade colors, which I might need. And then we'll just use these in the order they landed on the table. How about that? All right, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different colors. So I'll leave 6 empties. 1, 2, 3. There would be 1 there. 4, 5, 6. And I don't care if I screw this up, but it's just easier for me to kind of get a even disbursement. 2, 3, 4, 5. I hope this works like I'm hoping it's going to work, you guys. If not, we can still work with it. Now, a purist watercolor would be having to go change their pens right now. We're not that person. If we have it and we think it's going to work, we use it. Oh, no, 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 no. I don't want to do that yet. I don't remember where I took that out of. Let's do blue next. Bronco colors. I'm really hoping this works. I should have done an experiment. We'll do an experiment before we do it on the actual artwork. Because if it doesn't work, I'm just going to be mad and probably say some bad words. Have you guys seen? I don't think parents should do this, but there's some videos on Instagram right now where the parent tells the little kid that they're going to set up their video camera, and when she leaves the room, the kids can say one dirty word without getting in trouble. Have you seen any of those videos? Last night I saw these three brothers, and this kid couldn't have been more than 2.5, 3 maybe. I don't know, but man, he knew all the dirty words. And I don't think a parent should encourage their kids to do that. But thank you, parents who did that, because I laughed so hard. I mean, I was laughing so hard. I watched it like 8 times. Because, boy, if you give those kids permission to say one dirty word, some kids are just so reluctant, like, really? I don't think I should do this. And then some kids, all you have to say is go for it. Man, they go to freaking town. They go straight to town. Yeah, and you know the ones who it is, the ones that always go to town? It's the boys. Sorry, Raul, I think you're the only boy here, but man, the boys, the girls are always like, oh, they're always so reluctant. The boys, man, they get on it. And I was thinking, I think I would be like one of the boys. I'm pretty sure I would behave like the boys. If they said go for it, I would have been like, okay, we're going to town now. Put on your seatbelt because we're going to town. I've quit paying attention if I am going in the right direction. I hope I am. But I'm sure if I'm not, it's not the end of the world. You don't have to put it in chat. Hey, you missed one. I don't care. Don't care. There's another, yeah, all the words. There's another one, and these videos actually make me a little angry at parents. And it keeps coming across my feed, and I don't follow, and I don't want to see it because it just makes me angry. Of kids misbehaving in public. And there's one in particular, this little girl has gone into, say, a Walmart. I don't know what store they were at exactly, but yelling at her mother and throwing the store's product on the ground, at the walls. I mean, I was just like, man, if that was my kid. Thanks, Belinda. Hi, by the way, if I didn't say hi. If that was my kid, I promise you, they would take me to jail for child abuse. I think I would beat that child to within an inch of her life. Or she would be working at that store for the rest of her miserable life for free. I'm not kidding. I would take her to the manager and say, get a mop and a bucket because my child is going to be washing this entire store for the rest of her life. Don't send her home for dinner. Don't even call me. Just put her in a tent over in the hardware department. Because that's where she lives now until I say she can come home. That's it. I'm done with you. Have you seen the wives cooking meals for their hard work? Yeah, see, they're just doing that for clicks, Raul, and I find it disrespectful. I find it absolutely, completely disrespectful. And I know the parents are probably setting this stuff up. But I think if you have a husband who's willing to go out and work his ass off for you, the least you could do is cook him a nice breakfast or a nice dinner or make him a nice lunch if he's a guy who takes his lunch to work. I just think that it wouldn't kill you to make the man a nice meal. So those I don't find really funny. I mean, I suppose they're meant to be a joke, but they're just doing it for clicks. But those I just think, you know what? You're just being disrespectful. So make your husband a nice meal and quit being a butthole. But the kid ones, oh man. Yeah, our kids never made a scene either. In fact, people would come over to Jim and I and say, your children behave so well. See, I think so too, Devin. You just made my entire point for me. I would not post my child embarrassing themselves, me, my family, whatever. I just for clicks and likes. And I know everybody thinks they're going to be the next Mr. Thank You or whoever else has gotten rich off of posting ridiculous stuff on the internet. But I don't know. I'd like to think that people have a little bit more self-respect than that. I don't know. Maybe I'm just a boomer. In fact, I wrote that to somebody earlier. Take into consideration that I'm a boomer when you read this, because I don't know. But just to get clicks. And then there's another girl who's going to sleep with 1,000 men. You know what? To get rich on the internet, do you have that little self-respect? Honestly, it just makes me absolutely sick. Of course, and they're probably thinking, you post your disgusting art to get likes? Oh, yeah, I guess we're all in it for something, right? I don't know. I blame the parents, to be honest. Jamie doesn't even do social media of any kind, zero, none, nada. So I don't ever have to worry about him doing dumbass stuff. And you know what? His daughters really don't post much either. And the rest of them, it's why I quit Facebook. I think we are in it for the camaraderie. Absolutely, Jane. Yeah, that's what this whole thing is about. I do commonly get little feel goods when somebody who's new to the community says, oh, this is inspiring or whatever. But otherwise, yeah, if it wasn't for you guys and your friendship and the community we have, I wouldn't be doing it. I promise you. Got other stuff I could be doing. I could be reading. I could be chasing Robert around. I need to put this one in here, I guess. Yeah, there's so many other things. Going for a walk, that would be something new and different, wouldn't it? But yeah, I think parents who are exploiting their children, I find it very disturbing. But the kids whose parents have told them to say all the dirty words, I find that incredibly entertaining. But at the same time, I could find fault with those parents for doing it. So here's me talking out of both sides of my mouth. Hypocrite that I am. But that's why you guys never ever see pictures of my grandchildren. I won't do that. I won't post their pictures, which reminds me, in January, Courtney will be here, so we'll be streaming together probably at least one day while she's here. I haven't looked at the dates on the calendar, but she's staying for over a week, so I know there'll be at least one day when she's here that we'll be streaming together. Don't know what we'll be doing. And if she embarrasses herself, that's on her, man. All right, I think we got all the lights. I don't see any that I missed. That up there is going to be really difficult. Let me see if I can. I'm going to try and lighten that a little bit, I think. Hopefully I'm not wrecking it. We'll see. I want it lightened up a little bit, you guys. Hopefully that won't wreck it. I don't know. I can always go back in and paint it again after it's thoroughly dry. Can still look like night. Hope this isn't a mistake, you guys, but I'm not liking that really, really dark. And what I'm more afraid than anything is when I do the little lights, this blue or purple, in my mind it looks purple now, is going to move and it's really going to wreck everything. So I'm thinking I either can't do it in that window or I can mitigate the potential damages, and that's kind of what I'm doing right now. Mitigating the disaster that awaits me. Gonna have to be really, really careful. We'll try one. If it doesn't work, then the window, it just won't happen. Put white stars on the door. Oh, I'm gonna do that, Jane. Yeah, that's definitely gonna happen. But I'm just trying to pick up some of this excess pigment that I know, and it's my bad. I mean, I should have been a little bit more judicious, but live and learn. But I know this pigment is going to move. I know it. So, yeah, just trying to prevent as much of that as I can. My bad. And this may not work either. What the heck? I guess I could think outside the box and think, oh, well, is there another product that would work? But I don't know. I'm not going to go to that much trouble. All right, I think that's a little bit better, except the places that I missed are around the bulbs, which is where I probably needed it the most, but oh well, we're going with that. All right, let me pull you down and see if it will focus, you freak. I say it's just not wanting to focus, is it? There we go. That's a lot better. French onion soup. Oh my God, Raul, you're always talking about food when I'm hungry. Stop it. Stop it, I'm telling you. Okay, now I'm going to get another brand new baby wipe. Now, I don't know. Let's just try. And again, I'm just making myself a tool with a moist baby wipe. But what I'm thinking here, and yellow is probably the worst color. Let's do the blue. That's what I was thinking, is that I could get some of the illumination, you know, do all the blues at once. But where it's touching like the brown and the dark blue, I've got to be really careful. Yeah, see, that's going to be problem. It's going to work best around on the yellow walls. But that was what I was hoping, is that I could make these illuminate a little bit. Put some of the light reflecting on the wall behind them, but it's not going to work on the window, so I'm not going to do the window. But on the wall, I think it's going to work just fine. And because I use the Papermate, which are not permanent, I'm hoping all the colors will work. So the blue worked. Let's try the red next. Yep, red is going to work. And if it doesn't, you guys, I'm going to cheat. I will absolutely cheat. Won't bother me a bit. And I'll take a little bit of Neo Color 2. Yeah, see up there? I'm not going to do the dark window. Because that blue is going to move. And I should have thought about it. My bad. My bad. Yeah, just looks like they're a little lit. And I'm going color by color. Oh, it's not going to work good on the carpet either. So I'm going to do something different with that. Probably what I'm going to do with the areas that I can't just rub the color around, I think probably what I'll do is color some of it out and dab it on rather than rub it. We'll just see. We'll see how it works. And all I'm doing is getting a clean spot on the baby wipe before I move to the next color. Because I thought about this, that it would just be a hint of light. It wouldn't be... And I'll go back in and add the white to the bulb last. So it's pink and purple that's left. Okay, see, the pink isn't wanting to move. What's that about? That's all right. And then purple. Isn't that weird? The purple doesn't want to move either. Ah, that's cray-cray. All right, here's what we're going to do. Well, let's see. I just colored a little bit off over here on the edge of the table of the pink. Let me see if I pick up some pink. No. Okay. Going to grade extreme now. Now, I think what I'm going to end up doing is I'll get the baby wipe a little bit wetter. Find a clean spot on it. And I dip the end in the water. Let me get a purple. Just pick up some pigment. Okay, there's a purple one up there. Yee, that's really dark. Thanks, Raul. Could be a little postcard. All right, now let's get some little bit of pink. Oh, I forgot that green. I didn't do any of the green ones, did I? Okay, well, there you go, lame brain. See if the green ones want to move on their own. If they don't, we'll treat them like the other ones. But I just thought it would be so easy if you could just spread the little color out. Yeah, the green's working pretty good. Swear to God, it sounds like there's a lawnmower or something out in my yard, and I don't have a lawnmower. Oh, wait, no, it's Monday. Must be the lady next door getting hers done. Okay. Let me see. If I can. All right, take some of the red. It's kind of an orangish red, isn't it? Okay. Because you would definitely see the reflection on the glass on the inside, wouldn't you? I think. All right. I guess that's just going to have to be what I do. Which is fine because we're going to add some white stars in there anyway. What other color? Green, green, green. Where's a good green? And I can't really put the product down and then try and wetten it. That would create a bigger mess, I'm pretty sure. We're just going to have to deal with this. And I'm probably the only one that it will bother. All right, that'll be good. If I missed one or two, no big deal. Is that all? Did I get them all? I like the diffused light. Can you guys see it okay? Put a swing in there for a mouse that's locked outside. No, you get locked outside, you're there for the night. That's it. Don't knock, don't call, nothing. See if I put a... And I may go in and soften these lines later. In fact, I'm pretty sure I will. But I'm getting close to the end, so I'm going to go ahead and just finish at least part of it so you can see and try and get some stars in there. What was this one? I guess the red, because I didn't have a dark red, so this is as good as it's going to get, I guess, for the red and the pink. I'm not sure if you guys can see this so much on the camera. I can up close. And you'll be able to see it probably on the photograph if I end up taking one. Okay. Go in with some little bit of white here. These pens I still think are the bomb. These are those pens that Dee Dee sent. And it's got some crazy name on it that I can't tell you right now. So you have to go back in an older video and see. But yeah, I'm still loving this white pen. It's not skipped once since I got it and started using it. I'm going to put the little highlights back in. That's why I wasn't so worried about obliterating the highlight when I was smushing the ink, because I knew I was going to come back in and put the highlights back in. And while I'm here, I'll go ahead and put some stars in the sky. And because I can't just splatter the white paint, I'll have to go in and more methodically put them in, but that's okay. This is a good test for this pen too, to see how much it sucks up the pigment. I'm not sure that I've paid much attention to that, but one of the problems with white pens is if you're going over watercolor, they will typically absorb the the pigment, and you won't get the nice, thank you, Brenda, the nice bright white. But these appear to be drying very nicely, not doing that. The other one that does it beautifully is the Sharpie, and I'm thinking about doing the stars with the Sharpie. This one consistently just puts down little. Oh, you know what? This isn't going to look like stars. It's going to look like snow. Probably should have gotten out yellow or something. Yeah, if I want them to look like stars. This is going to look like snow, but that's fine too. Some of you will have a white Christmas. I will not, probably. I don't think I've had a white. Well, no, you believe it or not, I'm going to say I don't think I've had a white Christmas since I left Colorado. But believe it or not, one year when we were down at South Padre, it snowed on Christmas Eve. Well, the crazy thing about that is they are not prepared at all down there for cold temperatures like that, freezing temperatures. And it got so cold, people's trailers started freezing up, and these poor people didn't know what to do with their frozen trailers, most of them. So Robert was out all night Christmas Eve keeping people's trailers running because they didn't know what to do. Hey, Tina, did you go get your tooth fixed? Now I'm worried about you. Yeah, see, I won't have a white Christmas here. It wouldn't be unheard of, but it would be highly unlikely for me to have a white Christmas in Oklahoma. And I'm perfectly fine with that. I'll look at the TV And look at all you people with snow. And hope to God that you're just happy as hell with your snow, because I'm going to be sitting down here with probably just a gray sky and maybe some rain going. Okay, good. Good, Tina. I want you to get that taken care of because that's horrible. Yeah, I'll be checking out White Christmases on the TV and be really happy that it's you guys, not me. All right, now let's go ahead and crispen up these little mice. Make his belly button very prominent. I'll go back in and add white. Oh, and I need to fix their noses. Guess I could make all their little mouths a little bit more prominent. Since I've got it out here. I don't know if mice have little pink noses, but in my world, mice have little pink noses and a little pink in their ears that I'll go ahead and spread out. I hope the pink moved. I have a water brush here. Just try it with a water brush. Where did I put it? Okay, there. Okay. Yeah, it moved okay. Not great, but enough for what I need. They look a lot better when you put their little eyes back in. And I will go in and do some shading and stuff, but my time is up, so I'm going to call this a day. I'm glad I got most of it done, but I will go ahead and do some little bit more detail on the little mice. But yeah, this is cute. I don't think it's as cute as last week's, but it's still cute. I might put a picture of Santa Claus over here or something. Who knows? All right, what are you guys doing? You shopping for the white gel pens? Yeah. Bye, Zen Jen. Oh, I didn't put the, I might just leave the little light things white, because when I'm looking in the camera, it looks like they're silver anyway. Can you put a little bit more white on the red light above the second mouse? Okay, down here you're talking? Yeah, that's the kind of thing I go back in and check up on later, Raul, but thanks. I missed this one, and I missed this one. I think that's all I missed. Oh, I missed this one. Man, I wasn't paying much attention, was I? Yeah, I'll go over all of them again, make sure they're nice and white, and go ahead and give the mice a little bit more definition. Where's my... These are the watercolors that I used for the mice, and they're pretty much drying out. So, but yeah, I'll go ahead and put some little bit of shadows in. So they have a little bit more definition, you know. Some dark and light. So when I post it, there'll be a little bit more done. You can kind of see that. Now I can sleep peacefully. You're welcome, Raul. I don't want to mess with your sleep, dude. That would be horrible. It needs a Christmas tree? Nah, it's fine without a Christmas tree. Can't go back now, Jen. What the hell? I love the little mice too, Brenda. Thank you so much. Sounds like your ride is there. What ride? Beep beep. Yeah. So I'll have a little bit more work to do, but not too much. So again, you guys, I know that your time is incredibly valuable, and I appreciate you spending it with me. If you have any suggestions for streams or whatever, yeah, just drop me a note on IG. And I'm not sure what we'll do next week. So, but I do so appreciate you guys hanging out with me. So, and it's going to be hard this next week because people are going to be buttholes, but try and be kind. I'm doing it. I'm trying as best I can. Yeah. So we'll definitely see you Wednesday at Dee Dee's, and I'm going to try and go to Kathy's and Colleen's tomorrow, but I haven't decided if I'm going grocery shopping tomorrow or Thursday. So, yeah. Thank you, Colleen. And I'll be at you guys for a little bit tomorrow, but yeah, I'm gonna decide about that whole grocery thing. So anyway, all right, gotta go. Love you guys. See you. Bye.